Tonight, we report on a drive-by shooting in Warden and how an armed man helped stop an alleged kidnapping. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Royal City readies for the upcoming football season, and the Mariners get their lunch handed to them in Houston. Let's take a quick peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cristina Sanchez. We do have cooler temperatures on the way. I'll let you know just how much cooler we'll get and who will have a chance of showers just ahead with your extended forecast.
I'm Amber Jinks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
One person was injured in a drive-by shooting in an apartment complex parking lot in Warden. Warden Police Sergeant Mike Martin was on patrol Saturday night and reportedly heard a gunshot. He responded and found a 21-year-old man with a graze wound on his back from a gunshot. According to Chief Rick Martin, on Monday, the victim was treated and released from Samaritan Hospital in Moses Lake. The man claimed he was shot by a rival gang member in a parking lot on South Washington Avenue. The victim reportedly tried to hide between several vehicles. Police were unable to locate a suspect. Witnesses reported the shots may have come from a two-tone Chevrolet pickup truck. Martin said the victim is cooperating with the law enforcement. Quincy's annual Farmer Consumer Awareness Day is set for September 12th, with activities throughout the day, including a grand parade and hot air balloon festival. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
Farmer Consumer Awareness Day is a celebration that brings farmers, consumers, fun, and food together in Quincy. The event is set for September 12th and features a grand parade, the Farm to Market Fun Run, live entertainment, cook-offs, arts and crafts, a car show, and booths that showcase locally grown delicacies. This year's Farmers Consumer Awareness Day features a balloon festival, chef extravaganza, petting zoo, and kids' games. Also on tap is a produce sale, a car show and tractor pull, local tours, entertainment, and a Veterans Memorial Wall plaque dedication. Other events include a wine festival and the presentation for the Farm Family of the Year and Honorary Farmer. The Grand Parade starts at 10 a.m. Saturday of the event in downtown Quincy. The balloon launch at Lozier Park on 13th Avenue Southwest begins at 6:30 a.m. depending on the weather. At dusk, a balloon glow and fireworks show is scheduled. See the website at quincyfarmerconsumer.com for additional details and schedules. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
A fire burned roughly 5 acres of woods near Oasis Park. High winds and power lines reportedly helped start the fire at about 1:20 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Ephrata's Deputy Fire Chief Anthony Graff said firefighters from the Ephrata Fire Department and Grant County Fire Districts 13 and 3 responded, and it was contained by about 7:30 p.m. Areas were still smoldering on Monday. No structures were damaged and no one was injured. Firefighters closed State Route 28 near the park for roughly 5 hours while they worked. Firefighters were able to keep the fire contained to the area between the highway and the railroad tracks. An armed citizen reportedly held a kidnapping suspect at gunpoint until the Moses Lake police arrived. Jacqueline Salas, a 25-year-old Moses Lake resident, is accused of kidnapping a woman and driving into oncoming traffic to kill them both. She was arrested for kidnapping, assault, malicious mischief, and a court order violation. Moses Lake police initially responded to a disturbance at an apartment on South Division Street Thursday, where 4 women were reportedly fighting. Salas and the 34-year-old victim reportedly left the apartment in an SUV before police arrived. The victim allegedly said she got into the SUV when Salas drove off fast and ran several red lights. When the victim tried to get out, Salas would allegedly speed up and drove toward oncoming traffic. Police Captain Dave Sands claims Salas was attempting to hit a vehicle head-on to kill them both. The victim escaped the vehicle near Road M Southeast and ran, screaming that she had been kidnapped. A nearby armed citizen reportedly heard her and held Salas at gunpoint until the police arrived. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
My name is Kat Sanderson, Managing Broker for Pillar Rock Realty Group. We love the Columbia Basin because it's our home, and we want to give back to our community by kicking off our Pay It Forward campaign. If you buy or list with us, we will donate 1% of our total proceeds to a local charity of your choice and in your name. Call us today at 754-4444 or visit pillarrockrealty.com because we are your local real estate experts.
Now for your iFIBER 1 News Weather Center forecast.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Cristina Sanchez with your local weather, brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Today was the warmest day of the week, with high temperatures in the upper 70s, still slightly below the average high, and we will have a decrease in temperatures as a weak cold front crosses the region, bringing that slight chance of showers. There will be a daily mountain shower chances across the area for this Friday and Saturday. There will be a better chance for showers here across our Columbia Basin, starting off for Friday night into Saturday morning. For us here in Ephrata, our low temperature this morning in the mid-50s. High temperature today in the upper 70s. Our average high for this time of year is in the lower 80s. And our record high temperature for the state was set back in 1987, and the high temperature was 100 degrees. For you in Moses Lake this morning, you did start off the day right around the low 60s, above the average low temperature for this time of year, but ended up the day with highs only in the upper 70s, below the average high, which is in the mid 80s. Your record high temperature was set back in 1987, and the record high was 101. Your sunset at 7:37 this evening. And currently temperatures right around the mid 70s right outside your door. There's still some cloud cover, winds blowing from the southwest between 10 and 15 miles an hour. Throughout the overnight hours, we do have wind gusts up to 20 miles an hour. As we go into Wednesday, we will have breezy conditions with wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour. Some areas may even see wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour as the weak cold front crosses the area, bringing chance of showers along the Cascades just to our north for this Wednesday afternoon into Thursday evening. Chance of showers across the area. For our Columbia Basin, we will stay dry throughout Wednesday afternoon and Thursday. Friday night, there will be a slight chance of showers across the region. To our west, that is where the best chance of showers will be within the next few days. Now for us, we will stay dry throughout the overnight hours, but also those winds will begin to pick up as we go into Wednesday as that cold front crosses the area. In the Yakima, high temperatures for this Wednesday right around the mid 70s, plenty of sunshine. Also for you in Seattle with high temperatures in the upper 70s, Long Beach in the mid 60s. Now for the inland northwest, that decrease in temperatures for this Wednesday afternoon right around the upper 60s with mostly cloudy skies. We will also have that cloud cover across the area for Wednesday for us here in Ephrata and Moses Lake with high temperatures in the lower 70s. Now mostly cloudy skies for Royal City with high temperatures right around the mid 70s for this Wednesday afternoon. Now this cold front is moving across the area for this Wednesday. That is why we do have breezy conditions, wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour. Some areas may see up to 30 miles an hour. Then on Thursday afternoon, winds calm down, plenty of sunshine, highs only right around 70 degrees. Then highs by Sunday will be right around the upper 70s. Thank you for being with us.
Paying your Grant PUD bill with ePay is like getting free cuts in line. You pay when you want, how you want. Get free cuts in line with Grant PUD ePay. Visit grantpud.org.
Oh, dude, I'm just in the theater. It's totally cool.
Ah.
The perennial 1A state powerhouse Royal Knights are making some final tweaks prior to the opening of the 2015 season. Sean Wells caught up with Coach Wiley Allred to find out how the team is shaping up.
Last year's state quarterfinal appearance for Royal City was no fluke. The Knights have a long history with the tournament, having won 5 state championships in 24 appearances. Legendary head coach Wiley Allred thinks this year's team can make it back to the big tournament, but they're going to have to put in the hard work.
We had a lot of receivers, running backs back, but we got a lot of new kids up front, and so it'll be interesting to see if we can be tough enough as we want to be.
One player looking to have a big season for the Knights is junior quarterback Caden Jenks. Coach Allred thinks Caden's hard work in the offseason will pay off this fall.
He's progressed really well. Caden's just a hard-working kid with a lot of talent, and he's getting better all the time.
Jenks is being looked at by a number of local colleges, but is keeping his options open. The QB expects excellence from his team and wants to be a leader on the field this season.
I want to raise my completion percentage, be more of a team leader also, so that I can help improve everyone on our team and do what I can for them.
Caden's ultimate goal is to win a state championship. He believes his team has what it takes, one game at a time.
I have faith in our team that we can do our best. We're going to take it one game at a time, though, and work from there.
For iFIBER 1 News, Sean Wells.
Dallas Keuchel tossed 7 innings of 1-run ball, and Houston beat Seattle 8-3. The Astros' left-handed all-star remained unbeaten at home and became the American League's first 16-game winner. Mark Trumbo's solo shot to right center field tied it 1-1 in the top of the second. But it was all Houston after that as the team put on a home run clinic. The game turned in the fourth when Keuchel got out of a bases-loaded jam, no-out jam that is, with a double play and a punch-out. Jed Lowry and Hank Conger crushed solo homers in the bottom of the inning. Carlos Correa added a 2-run shot in the fifth to blow the game wide open. The M's have made a couple of roster moves. Austin Jackson was dealt to the Cubs for a player to be named and $200,000 in international slot money. Justin Ruggiano, who opened the season with the Mariners but has been in AAA Tacoma the past 3 months, was traded to the Dodgers on Monday night for cash. We'll check out this catch by Kevin Keimer in the Orioles-Rays game last night. It was CNN's play of the day.
Been out in the bullpen. Manny to center field. Kiermaier's back on it. That ball carries at the wall. He leaps, and he got it! What a play by Kiermaier. He robs Machado of a leadoff home run. What a play by Kevin Kiermaier. And folks, that's how it's going for the O's.
We'll be back after this break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a group of Grant County firefighters battling wildfires in north central Washington. Reporter Joe Utter met with the firefighters in Omick and has the story.
Off to another night.
All right, you guys stay safe.
Thank you.
Firefighters Mike Campbell and Don Huffman prepare for another 12 or even possibly 16-hour night shift at the Okanagan Complex fires. The 2 District 13 firefighters are part of a 10-person Grant County strike team, assisting more than 2,000 firefighters at the largest wildfire in Washington's history. Crews working the night shift receive a briefing from incident management before heading out of base camp to their assignments across the more than 300,000-acre wildfire. Campbell has been in Omak for about 2 weeks and described the scene when he first arrived.
Chaotic, very chaotic. A lot of fire everywhere, jumping. A couple nights into it, we had a major firestorm and we almost lost a ton of homes, but we saved actually every single one. Only had a couple burns. We actually had to evacuate all the firefighters off the Tunk Road for several hours.
The strike team has spent many hours on structure protection, and Campbell said they have yet to lose a single home.
It's a good feeling. When you drive back up the next day or in the daylight, because we're on night shift, so when you go up in the morning and you see the stuff, we're coming down off the hill and you see the homes standing, but the paint blistered right up to the houses, but they're still standing. That's a really great feeling.
Campbell owns a processing serving company in Ephrata, which allows him the flexibility to stay in Omak for the last 2 weeks. Huffman joined the strike team last week. A former firefighter from Moses Lake, Huffman is in paramedic school and is in between school quarters. He said others rotate in and out when work shifts allow.
And quite a few people that have been balancing the work and fire camp stuff.
Long nights can take its toll on the firefighters, but morale remains high thanks to community support.
Between Grant County and the local residents here, overwhelming support. I've had homeowners bring us food in the middle of the night, coffee, whatever, whatever. And, the people at home are watching our Facebook page for Grant County 13, and we're trying to feed them as much information to keep the locals there up to date. And there's been times where it's actually brought tears to your eyes when these people have lost everything, but they're still helping us. I mean, their positive attitude is keeping our morale way up. So
it's definitely making an impact on the entire strike team. So hugely thankful for that.
Campbell said it's a bit emotional when residents come up to them, thanking them for saving their home.
They literally have come up to us in town and gave us hugs and crying and saying, you saved our house. Everything burned around it, but our house is saved. And, of course that brings tears to our eyes at the same time because we are working hard,
Campbell was able to return home this week, but wanted to thank not only residents in Okanagan County, but Grant County as well.
Actually, I'd like to thank everyone in Grant County and thank all the residents around this place for the support they're giving us because, this can get tough on us at times. It's long hours, sometimes hard work, sometimes our nights go a little easy, but for the most part, it's been pretty tough on us, being away from our families. And so I want to thank everyone for that.
The strike team has now been reassigned to the North Star fire as the management team tries to close the gap between that fire and the Okanagan complex, which were about a half-mile apart last week. The strike team is expected to stick around north central Washington for at least another week. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
Quincy Foods, LLC, a subsidiary of Norpac Foods, is seeking motivated individuals to fill the positions of general laborer for their corn harvest season. They have full-time seasonal openings, must be 18 years old and older, willing to work swing shift. Great people to work for in a challenging food processing environment. Apply at 222 Columbia Way in Quincy between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday or online through WorkSource. Quincy Foods is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back. A Rock Island man died in a collision Monday on State Route 28, about 6 miles west of Quincy. James Bender, a 38-year-old man, was riding a 2002 Suzuki VL800K motorcycle east on SR 28, approaching Crescent Bar Road, when the driver of a 1999 Mack semi-truck and trailer turned in front of him. According to the Washington State Patrol, the two vehicles collided in the eastbound lane and Bender died at the scene. The other driver, 54-year-old Alaska resident William Carroll, was not injured. The State Patrol issued Carroll a ticket for failing to yield the right-of-way. A fire destroyed a shed and threatened a home near Ephrata. Grant County Fire District 13 responded to the 13,000 block of Road A Northwest Friday afternoon after a shed caught fire. Flames spread to a nearby field. According to District 13 officials, a home was initially threatened but was not damaged as firefighters quickly contained the fire. The shed was a total loss. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Crews patched 4 sections of Ephrata streets recently. The city hired Quality Paving, a Moses Lake-based company, for about $3,000 to fix 2 sections of Basin Street, a section of E Street, and a section of A Street. Public Works Director Bill Sangster said all of the sections where water pipes broke. The paving is closed part of the intersection of Basin Street and Division Avenue on Monday. Sangster said the company is working on a project for Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad, so the city was able to hire them for less money than it might have cost otherwise. The project was too large for city crews. In Northwest news, an Idaho wildfire is growing and forcing more evacuations. The TP Springs fire near Riggins expanded from 50,000 acres to more than 90,000 acres this week. Some areas in the Nez Perce National Forest have been closed to the public, and the Red Cross has opened a shelter for people forced to evacuate. The wildfire has been burning since August 12th and was likely caused by lightning. Some firefighters on the scene have been battling the flames for up to 2 weeks straight. A mass flight of more than 2,000 bats can only be seen during the summer months, and experts say bat season arrived earlier this year. For CNN, Angeli Hemphill has the story.
As unsuspecting drivers travel along the Yolo Causeway between Davis and West Sacramento, underneath them is a makeshift bat cave for more than 250,000 bats.
They'll get themselves tucked in really tight, sometimes 3 deep. It's like a big, massive bat house.
Corky Quirk, affectionately known as the Bat Lady, says these Mexican free-tail bats call this underpass home during the summer in Sacramento.
He's wanting to climb right in that camera, isn't he?
They hang out here, literally, because of nearby food, these rice fields where insects are plentiful.
They arrive as our weather changes and our insect load gets high. This time of year, we have all the adults and the juveniles out there hunting.
And every evening, just before dark, they round up the troops and, like a ribbon across the sky, head out for the hunt.
These are very, very hungry bats.
Corky says the bats help these nearby rice farmers with insect control.
Some of these bats are going to go 1 to 2 miles high, hunting migrating moths.
But while the bats like the heat, the drought has caused many of the pups to be born 2 weeks earlier than usual.
I believe that at least some of that had to do with not having winter.
And the lack of water has proven to be problematic for some.
And I'm getting more calls this year about people scooping bats out of their swimming pools. And I think it's because the bats are thirsty.
But Corky says for now, even without the rains, there's still enough food here to keep the batnado buzzing every evening.
That's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.